Alright guys, welcome back to another Dragonheir video. In this video, we are going to talk about one of the most important part of this game, which is gear. So in Season 2, I think the developers pretty much revamped the gear, right? And well, they revamped the 3 pieces effect. So it looks very different back in Season 1, and now it's the second month of Season 2, people start to build different teams. So I want to make a video to help out a lot of people to build their team properly, especially when it comes to damage dealer. Like what type of gear you should put on your damage dealer, because some of these like 3-piece effects can be very deceiving. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys which gear set is the strongest amongst them all. Alright, so I have made a Excel sheet. We're gonna go through these together. Alright, so I'm gonna talk about like every single gear set, legendary gear set in the game, and I'm gonna tell you guys if they're good or not. Alright, so the first one, we have the attack speed set. So the speed, this set, the 3 pieces effect is I think this is the only one that isn't changed, right? When the warrior deals damage, they have 30% chance to deal basically up to 200% of warrior's attack damage. I think this is pretty cool. This is not like derivative damage, this is direct damage. So this can crit as well. I think this is one of the best sets for PvE. It truly is. Like the affinity that benefit from this set the most is Dauntless, without a question, right? Everybody knows that Dauntless is really about single target and attack speed, right? Yeah, this is really good, and like this set doesn't only work on Dauntless. For example, for champion like Thalandor, like this is how many hits is this? This is like 20 hits, something like that. Alright, it's gonna benefit a lot from that attack speed set. So for attack speed set, I think it's overall great. I think it's probably one of the best one for PvE as well as PvP for sure, right? Yeah, you're just gonna equip this set to multi-hitters. Alright, so I'm gonna put my comments here. Awesome set, both PvP and PvE, on multi-hitters. Alright, so this is so I will give this set a overall S+ rating. This set is great. Alright, now let's move on to the second set I'm going to talk about, which is crit rate set. The developers revamped the 3 pieces effect. I think back in Season 1, this was ignore the defense of targets, right? Very straightforward. But this one, it becomes like every time the warrior casts a battle skill or ultimate skill, they have 8% damage bonus for 15 seconds. Stack up for 4 times. Alright, so basically this set, I don't think you're gonna reach 4 stacks, but you should be able to maintain at 3 stacks 90% of the time, right? Because like you need to cast battle skill and ultimate skill. I think this set is actually the best set for PvE. Alright, well maybe I'm wrong. I should put it this way. Like right now I'm using Poison Team, right? And I'm gonna show you guys what type of gear I'm using on the Poison Team. As you guys know, Poison Team is basically doing the derivative damage, right? I'm gonna talk about why I decided to use this set on the Poison Team. Okay, so skip the animation, we can't. Fine. Okay, so take a look at Lothier. Let's load the gear set. Both Lothier and Twitch is on the crit rate set, because like I said, it pretty much give them 3 times 8%, that's 24%. It pretty much give them 24% damage bonus at all times, right? And this is just this is great, like 24% to 30% damage bonus at all times. Of course, the crit rate is not useful for Twitch, but for champion like Lothier, he can actually benefit from a little bit of a crit rate, right? because of ultimate deals a lot of damage, right? Another reason is if we take a look at the Enlightenment attack set, which is this one, right? I forgot what the effect was back in Season 1, but right now the 3 pieces effect is derivative damage, ignores 20% enemy defense. I'm gonna tell you guys this. This 3 pieces effect is completely garbage. Like super garbage, right? I assume most of people have at least the epic version of this artifact. At least epic version, right? If you have legendary version, you absolutely should not use that Enlightenment set, because from my understanding, the defense penalty in this game, or defense down, decrease defense, stuff like that, it is not additive. So this is 60%, the other one is 20%. I don't think you can ignore 80% of target defense. It doesn't work like this. So that Enlightenment set, the damage bonus it gives you is minimal. It is absolutely minimal. I tried the Enlightenment set, pretty much the same stats on Lothier, and he does like 20% less damage if I put him on Enlightenment set. So I would say, like, for all the champion that deals derivative damage, the set you're gonna use is gonna be this one. It's gonna be crit rate set. Like this 3-piece effect is super useful. Alright, so I think this is like a SS plus in PvE. Alright, super good. Alright, super good. And I don't think this is super good in PvP, because you don't, like, PvP usually it finishes in one ultimate skill. You just one-shot the enemy team. So it doesn't really give you time to stack up these 3 pieces effect. So I think it's good in PvP. I think it's good in PvP. Alright, then we talking about Enlightenment set. I think it's absolutely garbage. Like, so I would say if you have the epic version of Ignore Defense artifact, you don't have to use this. This is super garbage. Alright, so I'm just gonna put don't use. Yeah, just don't use this. Absolute garbage. Alright, now we have this skill haste set. I think skill haste is pretty niche, right? Because in this game, I will say, like, if you set up your dungeon team or vortex team properly, like, their skill timing is gonna line up. It's not gonna give you much space for the skill haste to work. Even if you give the champion like 80 skill haste in vortex, their skill timing is still gonna be 20 seconds each. So for PvE, I think you just should not use it, right? I think you should not use it. And I also, one thing is the 3 pieces effect, it's gonna do more damage if the enemy has lower attack. But I mean, in PvE area of the game, how can you tell if a boss has this certain amount of attack? Like, there's no information in the game. It tells you like stage 9 of Grave of Venom has like 5,000 attack. I'm just making it up, right? The game doesn't tell you, so how do you know if it's good or not? So it remains unknown, right? But I can tell you it's 2 pieces effect. It's not useful in PvE, right? But I think it's really good in PvP. It's really good in PvP because in PvP, like, skill haste is really useful even on the damage dealers. You have a Havita and you have like 40 skill haste. They're able to go first. Usually, the Havita who goes first will one-shot the enemy team. So I gear my Havita in this skill haste set, and it works pretty well. Right? Okay, so now we move on to the defensive set. Of course, this one, skill haste and HP. Again, the developers completely revamped the 3 pieces effect. I think back in the days, it was not. It was from the other dungeon, not this one, right? And it was like when back in season 1, it was when the warrior cast ultimate skill, and the whole team gains 15% attack. But now it's different. Now it becomes like you have to successfully inflict debuff, then the all allies get 15% attack. I think in a certain way, this is actually a buff to this set. Because back in Season 1, you can cast ultimate skill like at 20-second interval, right? Not faster than that. And you get 10 seconds of 15% increased attack to your whole team. But right now, it changed to like, if you successfully inflict a debuff, it gives you whole team 15% attack for 10 seconds, which means if the champion who's wearing it have a battle skill that put debuff, it will give you your team a 15% increased attack with 100% uptime. I think this is actually a big buff to this set, because I think for most of people on your 5-man team, you should have at least one champion that puts debuff, right? At least one champion. Like even if you put it on champion like this, a damage dealer that has this artifact, that counts as debuff, right? That counts as debuff. You can, like, if you don't have any other support champion to put debuff, like, you can absolutely use this set on the champion who is using this artifact, epic version or legendary version. So I think this is super useful, super good, both PvP and PvE. I think you're gonna have one champion always using this set, right? Because like I said, even if you don't have any champion putting debuff, at least you have this to put debuff, right? All right, so the next one is gonna be this resistance and HP. I think resistance is pretty much a PvP stats. I don't think you need resistance anywhere in PvE area of the game. Resistance is actually super good in PvP. Like if you build really high resistance on certain champion, you can pretty much like counter LCB with that champion, right? And the warrior takes 15% of damage from all ally. It is cool. I think it's cool. Like you can put this set on one of the champion that can protect your whole team. Like usually the team composition is a 2 support champion with 3 damage dealer, right? Put it on one of the support champion. That's what I would do, right? Because right now I'm using the unkillable team. If I'm not using the unkillable team, I would definitely put that set on a support champion and the other support champion using this set. That's the way it goes, and you have 3 DPS, right? So I think this one is good. Yeah, this one is good, but not mandatory. Yeah, I think this one is good. Not as good as this one though. But again, for this set, you only need 1 on your entire team. Alright, now let's move on to the last 2 dropped from Grave of Decay, right? And the first one is this one. Honestly, I didn't really farm this dungeon because I feel like both of these sets are kind of underwhelming, I would say. You just don't need those 2 sets that much. Like you pretty much like probably need 1 champion to gear in each set and you're done. So I wouldn't really recommend people to spend too much energy on this dungeon. So this one's accuracy skill haste. 2-piece effect is great. 3-piece effect, casting ultimate skill, the warrior heals the ally by 15% max HP. So I think this set, the 3-piece effect is super underwhelming. Of course the skill haste is good, but I mean the 3-piece effect is super underwhelming. Like ultimate skill is 20 seconds each, and every 20 seconds you can heal an ally with their with 15% max HP. What is this? I think this is bad. Like I'll just put this way: 2-piece effect is good, 3-piece effect is bad. Like this is bad, completely useless, I would say, right? What is this, right? And then we have this another set. Where is it? Like I don't have a lot of this, right? So 2-piece effect, accuracy and resistance, I think it's good. Again, resistance is really niche, only useful in PvP. Again, 3-piece, I think this is the set that was not changed from season 1. It stays the same. When the warrior deals damage to an enemy, it has 20% chance to inflict stun. I think this set is a god tier in PvP. Like this 3-piece effect the reason that this is broken is it doesn't have a cooldown. So usually when I see stuff like this give stun, usually have like at least some type of cooldown, but it doesn't have cooldown. Like think about it, if you put on champion like Losenia, right? Look at this ultimate. It's gonna damage the enemy lasting every 1 second for 6 seconds, and this is AoE. So the enemy is gonna get stunned like crazy. Right? I think this set is god tier in PvP. Not useful. Well, I wouldn't say it's not useful in PvE because you think about plays like Trial of Pillar or Fey Mender, it's actually really good in like Fey Mender, right? When you're progressing on these places, this is really good. It can be used to control the enemy, putting on champion like this, right? I think when you are doing Fey Mender or Trial of Pillar, you don't have to use this one. Like on a 5 target scenario, this is not useful. Like usually you just bring AoE champion to that scenario, right? So you should rather take what was I saying? Like I shouldn't be talking about artifacts. Okay, so yeah, I think just this set is super good, super good. All right, so yeah, I guess that's it. That's every set in the game. I just went through every set in the game. Yeah, overall, I think most of the sets are pretty awesome. Okay, so for PvP, my top pick is gonna be the attack speed. It's still top tier, right? Then we have the crit rate set. These two are top tier for PvE. Enlightenment set, absolute garbage. Like it is just bad. It's really bad, right? And then we have this defensive set. I think it's mediocre. Not that important. Maybe you can have one champion wearing this set, right? And then we have the this one super good. Just a recap. And this one, I think it's completely garbage. Probably worse than the Enlightenment set. Like this needs to be like heal your whole team by 15% instead of ally with lowest HP, right? Change this to healing the whole team. It might be useful. It might be useful. All right, so yeah, that's about it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree? And what's your experience with these sets? All right, and yeah, leave a comment, and I will see you guys in a video soon. Bye.